Oh, hello. My name's Chris, and I just wanted to bring up an important point that I found from this article from an ex Google exec who says AI is coming for your job, and even if you're a podcaster, developer, or CEO, which is kind of nutty to think about, but I kind of wanted to dive into it, give you my thoughts. As you can see on the right side here, I did ask Copilot, which is an AI, how can podcasters be replaced by AI, and to use this article from this, to answer it. So let's kind of go down here and take a look. You can see his name's Mo, the former chief business officer of Google. X has a stark message for white collar professionals. AI isn't just coming for entry level work, it's coming for everyone. Pretty stark and pretty dark. In a Monday conversation on the Diary of a CEO podcast, he predicted that most knowledge workers would be replaced in the next decade and said many still underestimated just how rapidly this transformation would unfold. He cited his own startup, Emma.love, which builds emotional and relationship focused AI and is run by three people. He says that it used to take 350 developers in the past. Now it's only run by three. As a matter of fact, Podcaster is going to be replaced. He had told the host. Even elite professionals shouldn't feel immune. AGI is going to get better at everything than humans at everything, including being a CEO. The one thing they don't think of is AI will replace them too. Gadot, who previously worked on Google X, described the present moment as a brief transition era of augmented intelligence, which humans can still work alongside AI. But that will soon give way to machine mastery, he said. AI systems will perform roles and from assistants to architects. Entire roles. The former exec said is he's not anti-AI, he's just working to build ethical systems that reflect human values like love and connection, which is very important to keep in mind that we are humans and we have things that AI will never have. Hopefully, we can showcase that. But he warned that AI was being deployed by people and institutions driven by profit and ego. This is the biggest one. Ego and profit. I do see that right now in the world, if you haven't been noticing, profit is a driver of everything, which is fine. But when it's at the detriment of human beings, I don't believe that that's okay. I definitely think that that should be something to take note of. Ego is driven with the help of profit. So people tend to have a big ego once they have a large income or a net worth. And I do believe that these are tied together, which is not really ethical. So that's why he's kind of stating that. He's going, there's no middle class. And basically, unless if you're in the top 0.1%, you're a peasant. I don't know how extreme that's going to be, but it's definitely something that everyone's taking note of. And he's predicting it's going to be a short-term dystopia beginning around 2027, driven by mass unemployment, social unrest, and economic structure that fails to adapt. Right now, the current government is making this seem very plausible. The way that they're making the economy in the United States very, very fragile. I feel like the dollar has gotten weaker every year since this decade started, 2020. It might have started off strong, but it's just been getting worse. I don't think the money that we get is holding up. What else does he say? He goes, still, he said, a better future, one filled with freedom, creativity, and human connection is possible. So he kind of does light it up with a little bit of hope and optimism here. We were never made to wake up every morning and just occupy 20 hours of our day with work, he said. We define purpose as work. That's a capitalist lie. But the truth is, it could be the best world ever, he said. Society completely full of laughter and joy, free healthcare, no jobs, spending more time with their loved ones, a world where all of us are equal. This is a dystopian dream because there's people at the very top that do not want us to have laughter and joy. There's going to be people here in the comment section, I'm going to already guarantee they're going to be upset at me or at the commentary that I'm giving because they are equally upset at themselves, at their lives, and we can't do anything about those people. All we can try to do is show them the truth, and hopefully they can, take it for what it is and live through this world. I've met some really bitter and sour people, and those people, there's nothing you can really do to change them. Only thing you can do is try to go alongside them and be the best person you can be around them, and hopefully you don't get any of their bad or negative traits, because it is very easy to follow. It's very easy to follow in the footsteps of someone who has a negative mindset, because it's all around us, and it's very contagious because it's easy to emulate. You don't even have to think about it. It's waking up and you stub your toe and then you're instantly in a bad mood. And to make you laugh, sometimes a little bit more work, but it's so much more better than just being in a bad mood all the time. He's basically kind of hinting at all this. I did ask how it would take over for podcasters, because I do podcast myself sometimes, and right now I'm seeing him say, or not really what him say, but what Copilot had said from this question: how can podcasters be replaced by AI? And it's saying that it can be replaced by the content generation and scripting, voice synthesis and delivery, guest simulation and interviews, editing and production automation, and personalization at scale. AI can generate customized podcast episodes for individual listeners based on their interest, location, and listening history, which I do believe this is all possible. I just don't know how it'll be implemented. The good thing is that we're not us. The big companies aren't really in agreement to having just AI slop, and it's evidenced by YouTube trying to curb some of the AI, but then at the same time encourage it. So it's very confusing where they're really going with it. I think they want AI, but they think they want it to be like real. Like they don't want it to be like just generic looking art or just images and videos. They want it to feel like if it was a real person who made it. And that's the only thing that's basically holding it back from completely dominating, which that's what I think this guy's kind of getting at. It does say why it matters, and because it warns that elite professionals like podcasters aren't immune to AI disruption. He predicts short-term dystopia. We kind of already discussed all that, but it does show, despite the threat, human creators will still have advantages. And it does say because of authentic connection with audiences like you. So if you are connecting with this at all, I would appreciate a like and a follow, just because I'm trying to build a complete audience on just my thoughts on the way the world is working, because I want to get to the bottom of how people are feeling. Real world experiences, and emotional nuance. Very, very true that many people have a lot of world experiences different from each other. I know I do. I know you probably do if you're listening to this. And emotional nuance. Emotions can be very varied depending on the person, depending on their upbringing. So that's definitely true. Spontaneity and improvisation, that's hard to replicate. That's also true. That's me, being spontaneous, and just recording my thoughts right now. This is a spontaneous moment. AI won't necessarily think to do this. Unless if you asked it to. And then community building and trust, that kind of goes back to connection with audience. And again, if you are connecting with this at all, or if this does resonate, it would be nice if you did give a follow and a like. I know I'm kind of a real broken record right here, but just trying to see if I can actually build a community of people who are like-minded and kind of get a gauge if this is something I should pursue more long-term, because it's going to be something that we're all going to have to be thinking of in the future. And if, you got voices out there that you can lean on for some guidance or some sort of semblance of real, because everything kind of seems fake right now with this AI, then, that's a good thing in my view. So, well, thanks for your time. I hope you have a good day, and I'll catch you on the next one. I decided to go off on a little tangent here. Peace.